When you want to get creative with your cookies, then sugar cookies is the way to go. But if you want to kick up the flavor, then you need to add a little something different, and that's brown sugar. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a sugar cut cookie using brown sugar. Coming up next. Hi, I'm Diet, and welcome to Turtle's Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. I'm really excited to share with you my brown sugar cut cookie recipe. In this recipe, we're going to take some brown sugar and create a tasty treat. The ingredients that you will need are 1 cup of butter, 1½ cups of light brown sugar, 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, and 2 cups of Cadbury Milk Chocolate Candies. To mix my ingredients up, I'll be using my KitchenAid stand mixer fixed with my paddle attachment, a large bowl, a whisk, and my spatula. I also will be using a rolling pin and my gingerbread cookie cutter. Now, I'm going to set my oven to 375 degrees. We're going to start by adding our butter to our bowl. Now we're going to add our light brown sugar to our butter. And let's mix it up. Next, we're going to add our eggs to our cookie dough. And I like to crack my egg into a separate bowl. That way, if there's a bad egg, the shell falls in, it does not mess up my cookie dough. So I'm going to add my 1 egg to my butter and sugar, and then I'm going to mix that 1 egg up together. Let's mix it up. Now for the egg yolk. Cracking my egg open, I'm going to let the egg white fall into the bowl. And then I'm going to move my egg yolk back and forth in the egg shell. And now that I just have the egg yolk, I'm going to pour it into my separate bowl. And then I'm going to take that bowl and add it to my cookie dough. Let's mix it up. Now it's time to add a little flavor to our cookie dough. I'm doing that by adding some vanilla extract. And let's mix it up. Taking my spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of the bowl. I'm not going to forget the bottom either. I want to make sure that all of the ingredients is incorporating well together. Now I'm ready to add my baking powder and my salt to my flour. Now taking my whisk, I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. Now I'm going to add my flour to my cookie dough mix, a little bit at a time, mixing it up in between each time that I add the flour. Taking my spatula, I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl one last time. And let's mix it up. Next, I'm going to remove all of my cookie dough off my paddle. For my dough to be ready to roll out, I'm going going to need to chill it for 20 minutes. So I already have my cling wrap on my countertop, and I'm going to take half of my cookie dough and place it on my cling wrap. Now taking my cookie dough, I'm just going to go ahead and make it into a little ball. Placing it back onto the cling wrap, I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other half of my cookie dough. Now I'm going to take my cookie dough and place it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. In order to create my bunny, I'm going to be using my Gingerbread Man Cookie Cutter. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to take my gingerbread man and transform it into a bunny. Now it's time to roll out our cookie dough. I have my pastry mat laid onto my counter, and I'm going to take some all-purpose flour and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle it onto my mat. Now I'm going to unwrap my cookie dough and I'm going to place it onto my mat. Taking my rolling pin, I'm going to go ahead and flour my rolling pin, and I'm going to begin to roll out my cookie dough. And I want to roll out my cookie dough about an inch thick. Now I'm going to take my flour and actually sprinkle it on top of my pastry mat. And I'm going to take my cookie cutter and I'm going to go ahead and flour my cookie cutter. Now taking my cookie cutter, I'm going to go ahead and press it into my cookie dough. Now I'm going to remove the cookie dough from my cookies that are already cut out. And now I'm going to place my cookie that's already cut out onto my parchment lined paper. Now using my skewer, I'm going to make 2 eyes and a nose. Then I'm going to take my Cadbury, place it in the middle, and fold the arms over. Now that my bunnies are holding their Cadbury eggs, it's time to place them in the oven for 9 minutes. Now that our cookies have cooled, I'm ready to move them to the cooling rack where they're cool completely. And now it's time to taste our tasty treat. It's so good, so full of flavor, soft, yummy goodness. I'll see you in the next one. and subscribe for more.